So a couple of weeks ago, we took a look at some of the biggest Easter eggs found in video games. And today, we're going to look at even more. As always, if you think you know of an Easter egg or hidden detail that I haven't covered before, then let me know in the comments. And if I use your suggestion, you'll be featured in the credits of a future video. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin today's video with Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Released all the way back in 2004, Bloodlines has gained a cult-like following thanks to its early 2000s vibe and just in general being a really good RPG. One of the locations that you can sink your teeth into, pun intended, is Hollywood, where you can find the Lucky Star Motel, which despite its seedy name is a pretty nice place to get some rest. I mean, look at this view. Well, if you open any door at the motel 18 times, and no, I don't know why it's 18 times, this will happen. So repeatedly opening and closing a door will cause a giant werewolf to spawn, which is obviously not something you see every day. To hammer home the weirdness, the werewolf is hitting what looks to be the Carlton dance from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which is a sentence that I never thought I'd have to say. Now, I know that I said the giant heart inside of the Statue of Happiness in Grand Theft Auto 4 was a very popular big Easter egg. But I would also argue against myself that there is a big Easter egg in Saints Row 2 that is just as well known. Now, despite being massive, actually finding this Easter egg isn't easy. At this location on the map, you can find an arrow. If you head in the direction that the arrow is pointing, you will find another arrow. And if you follow this arrow, well, you get the point. After following several arrows, this will happen. So this is a cabbit, which is a cross between a cat and a rabbit. And before you go running to Google, no, they're not real. If you've played the more recent Saints Row reboot, you can find the cabbit again, though this time it's been stuffed in a garage, which tells you what the people who made the reboot think of the original Saints Row games. Now, some of you may not know that I record all of these Easter eggs myself. That is, unless I say otherwise. I'm proud of this because there are a lot of channels out there that just upload compilations using other people's videos, where they don't give credit and sometimes have no idea what they're talking about. Which, to be fair, does happen to me sometimes. Well, if there's one Easter egg that I wish I didn't have to record for this video, it's this. During the first level of the first tree, you have to find 5 groups of bunnies, which isn't too hard. The thing is, you actually have to touch the bunnies for the Easter egg to work, and for some reason, these bunnies are on crack. Seriously, I spent ages trying to record this Easter egg, and it was purely because of these rabbits. Every time I got close, they would just turn the afterburners on. It was ridiculous. Anyway, after catching the last rabbit, head back to the start of the level where you can find this. So underneath the massive rabbit is a massive Easter egg, and running into it will take you to a secret test level where, along with plenty of funny messages, you can find cows, which is almost certainly a nod to the hidden cow level from Diablo 2. Well, it's that, or, you know, the devs just really like cows. Now, it's important to remember that not all giant Easter eggs serve a purpose. Sometimes a massive Easter egg is noteworthy purely because it's massive. That's the case with this next Easter egg that can be found in Hunt Showdown. On the DeSalle map, you can find this. So this is a giant pumpkin wearing a cowboy hat. I mean, I did check what's the biggest pumpkin ever, and according to our overlords at Google, that title belongs to this bad boy, which weighed in at 2,741 pounds, which is a lot of pumpkin spice lattes. So in the last biggest Easter eggs video, we found the giant head of Roman Emperor Nero in Ryse Son of Rome. But it turns out that wasn't the only massive Easter egg in the game. During Chapter 6, if you throw your spear at the structure that I do, this will happen. So this is the Roman god Jupiter, who was the guy in charge of the sky, thunder and lightning. As you can see, he can also shoot fire from his eyes, which if I was him, I would want people to know as well. Speaking of the sky, up next is an Easter egg from the Eggcellent Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem. On the roadside picnic level, if you interact with this guitar, this will happen. So this is the secret guitar of God, and this face belongs to the game's composer, Damjan Ravunak. I'm not sure if the laugh heard at the end of the song is his laugh, but if it is, consider me very jealous. Now, for a game about driving really long distances in as realistic a fashion as possible, American Truck Simulator is full of Easter eggs. I mean, my personal favourite is, and will always be, these trash cans that look like the South Park boys. But unfortunately, this isn't big enough for today's video. I'll tell you what is big enough for this video, and it's this. So between San Diego and LA, you can find a giant duck being towed by a boat. Why? Well, I don't know why. I know that giant ducks have been seen on rivers in real life to promote things. I'm guessing the Giant Duck Olympics or something. So perhaps that's what this duck is doing too. If you know why our yellow friend is in American Truck Simulator, let me know in the comments. Now, when it comes to movies, there aren't many things bigger than Godzilla. This giant reptile/dinosaur is massive, even from a distance. For proof of this, you need look no further than 2013's Shadow Warrior. In Chapter 1, if you stand at this balcony for long enough, eventually this will happen. So in the distance, you can spot Godzilla going for a leisurely stroll. And even from this distance, you can tell he's huge. Unfortunately, there is no way to enlist the help of Godzilla, which is a shame. Now, I said in the last biggest Easter eggs video that there are multiple giant Easter eggs from the Hitman series that could feature in this video. Now, truth be told, there are multiple giant Easter eggs from the Hitman series that could feature in this video. See, I did say that. Well, to prove past me right, here is a giant Easter egg from Hitman 2. On the last resort level, you'll need to kill all of the main mission targets in any way that you like. Then you'll need to find 11 leaflets. After collecting the leaflets, you'll need to make the man on the diving board jump. To do this, take out the lady in the swimming pool. I chose to use a cheeseburger because it's funny. After the man jumps, this will happen. So this is a Moose-nado, not to be confused with this from Battlefield 2042, which is a Sharknado, Sharknado, Sharknado. Oh, and I know I called this same creature a deer in the last video, and whilst I wish that was engagement bait, it wasn't, I was just dumb. Right, let's end today's video with Scooby-Doo and the Spooky Swamp. Now, if you've ever played any game, and given that you're watching this video, I'm guessing that you have, then I can bet that you've tried hitting just about everything you can to see what happens. It's a great way to learn the rules of a game, like what can be broken and what can't. You know, things like that. But sometimes this psychotic behaviour can backfire. So hitting a chicken a couple of times will cause it to grow in size and attack Scooby and Shaggy. Like the first tree Easter egg, actually hitting the chicken can be pretty difficult. Just not as difficult as those damn rabbits. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like is really appreciated. YouTube seems to think that you'll like this video here, so maybe consider checking that out. And if you are a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in games, perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.